Follow the data. Follow the people. There's no need to follow corporate media narrative tsunamis trying to manifest outcomes that they think are good for their ratings. We, the people, recognize what President Biden has done, not in a flashy way, but through legislation that has actually impacted our lives. And you all have shared tens of thousands of comments with me about how you feel. I want to share those with you. You know the videos I do where I talk about how people have left the Republican Party because the Republican Party has gone full MAGA and has left them as it's become the cult of Donald Trump. I know that's one of your favorite segments. It's one of mine. I want to do a version of that. But what I want to share with you on this are stories like this one that I received. And again, I've gotten tens of thousands, potentially even hundreds of thousands of comments like this. And I just picked a handful I want to share with you, like this one. My mom is going to be 80 next week. She is fuming over this Joe Biden age controversy. My mom is very sharp, still lives on her own, still drives her own car. She is a psych nurse for 45 years, retired now. Obviously, she's very active. Does she have health issues? Yup. Does she get tired faster than 20 years ago? Yup. She doesn't let that stop her very much. She will be going on a 12-day cruise in September through Europe. The amount of traveling President Biden did prior to the debate would have been exhausting for everyone. My mom mixes up names sometimes. She'll tell me things twice. She doesn't have dementia or anything else. Hell, I'm 52 and I forget things and mix up names. We all do that one time or another. It's ridiculous for the media to be laser focused on Biden gaffes instead of how much good he has done, while ignoring the criminality, lies, and Hitler-esque behavior of Donald Trump. And what we talk about here on the MeidasTouch Network, it's not about the people. It's about your values and your principles and your support of our democracy. What are you doing for our democracy? When it comes to President Biden, he's delivering for democracy. And I'm sorry if he's not posting in all caps, deranged, demented, Donald Trump did this, or unfair judge. Is that not exciting enough for you, media? Is it too boring for you that President Biden goes about his day and just gets things done, whether it's the PACT Act, the CHIPS Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the Infrastructure Act, the CHIPS, go on and name them? And while Donald Trump goes out there talking about fictional conversations with Hannibal Lecter, says he wants to be a dictator on day one, praises Putin. Let me share with you this before sharing with you some of these other comments. This was a voice message that we got at the MeidasTouch Network. And I think this voice message from a follower of the MeidasTouch Network and a supporter of President Biden just about sums up how I think many of you are feeling. Here, play this clip.
Hi, Ben. My name's, and I was really wondering, why don't you guys have regular, everyday people come on and speak about Biden and what he means to them and why it is that we regular people feel like we should stand behind Biden and not let some other jokester come in and take up what he already laid down the foundation, and he is doing absolutely so much for us to come and try to claim the things that he has already done and could do if we just leave him alone and keep going. Just support him. Please, Ben, I'm begging you, I'm asking you. I have a group of regular, everyday people, not no washed up, and try to convince these 16 or 18 people staying with them that and we ain't never even seen their damn face before. Why are we just letting them try to dictate to us why Biden is not a great president and one that can be reckoned with, that he knows what he's doing? And they never been in the forefront anyway. Those 18 people sit their ass back down.
And that caller, I don't want to give her name, but she called from Tampa, Florida. And I want to give her thanks for reaching out. Look, I'm going to talk about it. Your sex life, it's important, but your schedule is busy. You don't have time to go to a doctor's office to get treated for ED. Through HIMS, you can get a personalized ED treatment without stepping foot outside your door. HIMS is changing men's health care by providing access to affordable sexual health treatments, all from the comfort of your couch. HIMS provides access to a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments, such as chewable hard mints, proven treatments like Viagra and Cialis, or their generics for up to 95% cheaper. The process is simple and 100% online, no uncomfortable doctor visits. Just answer a series of questions on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you for free. No insurance is needed. You pay one low price for your treatments, online visits, ongoing shipments, and provider messaging. HIMS has hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, so if ED is getting you down, it's time you find the option that works for you. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/Meidas, M-E-I-D-A-S. Again, start your free online visit today at hims.com/Meidas. That's HIMS.com/Meidas for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/Meidas. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products which are not approved by or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan. Just take a look at some of these other comments right here. The Democrats that do not support President Biden need to remember there are millions of us who have faith in him. Shame on all of you who abandon him over one debate. Another comment, you're right, they don't even know who will replace him. Kamala Harris, she's already there. Gavin, who? Winning the House depends on good candidates. And Hakeem Jeffries, why put it on Biden's age? The Senate also depending on candidates and capabilities. Gene Gillespie writes, I'm infuriated with those Benedict Arnolds. How dare they dishonor him after one bad night? Guess they have never misspoken. Sean writes, President Biden is great. He's one of the greatest presidents we ever had. Next comment, I wasn't blown away by Biden as a candidate, but he's proven to be one of the greatest presidents for the people in American history. Have to respect that. If he has a little age-related difficulty communicating here and there, well, I would rather have a president communicating truth as best he can than a president who always communicates abject lies, the worst that he can. I feel sorry for those Americans who have emotionally gloomed onto Trump to be that lost in one's own life, that lost to reality. So sad for them. I feel similarly sometimes. I feel bad sometimes that these people are so lost that they buy into such an obvious con. But then I also realize that they're taking away our freedoms. They're bullying and being mean and cruel. And they want a dictatorship here. And I think all we can do is just try to get out the truth every day. Phyllis writes, very proud of President Joe Biden. Old wisdom, knowledge, good memory, well done. I'll definitely be voting for Biden. Harris, vote blue. Lynn writes, I'm so disgusted by mainstream media and all the people who are holding Biden to an impossible standard to meet and ignoring all the glaring flaws of Trump. Next comment, the sneering tone of some of the reporters questioning Biden was disgusting. Cheryl writes, I'm sick of the media, including my local media, still talking about Biden stepping down. We love and support you, President Biden. The Democrats talking about replacing Biden with someone else on the ticket need to stop. Biden is doing an awesome job. That's what's important, not his age. Jacqueline writes, thank you, MeidasTouch, for standing up for democracy and defending us older Americans. And look, as I said, this network leads with values and principles. I'm not watching what other corporate media is saying or doing, not following their narratives. It's wrong to mock people who are disabled the way Donald Trump is. It is wrong to mock our veterans and call them suckers and losers. It is wrong to be ageist and to mock older people the way the media does so callously and casually, like it's normal, or the way Donald Trump tries to mock President Biden for a stutter, the way Donald Trump tries to mock Americans for just going about their lives and punches down and tries to attack and harm marginalized communities. If you lead with your principles and your values and you judge someone's character by how they align with those values and principles of democracy, compassion, just trying to be a nice person, you'll make mistakes occasionally. That's life. Doing your best to try to be your best person, to be the best you. Here's what Donal writes. I want a well-educated, experienced, grounded, and knowledgeable president that has real-world knowledge and experience. I don't need to be entertained, nor want our country run like some greedy corporation. Patricia writes, a real person. We've been watching him nearly 50 years. Our president, Joe Biden, he's the best there's ever been. We're voting blue. By the way, I think Chris Matthews said it great as well. Here's this segment of Chris Matthews. Play the clip.
Or to the great unknown for Democrats. Many Democrats appear willing to take that risk and see what's behind the door. What do you think?
Well, I think we have to look at all the facts, and one of the facts is Joe Biden. He's a fact. This guy has earned his way to this position in life, United States president. He got here the long way. In 1972, he ran against Caleb Boggs, a 3-term congressman, a 2-term governor, a 2-term U.S. senator, and he beat him. He beat him well. And he rode around in a car the next day and was celebrated for having pulled that upset because he put out no television in Wilmington or Delaware. He put out literature the weekend before delivered by volunteers, which was a brilliant piece of literature. John Martilla did it. He is a politician who's been good at it. He's been reelected every time since then in Delaware with pretty healthy majorities. In life, he lost his wife and he lost his daughter, and he found Jill. Now, who's he going to listen to, Jill or George Clooney? I'm telling you, it's personal. He's had the elite, and it's so true about the elite. He is absolutely right about the elite. Look at President Obama. He served for 8 years loyally, and yet Obama backed Hillary Clinton for president and didn't back him. But I hear he never even invited him upstairs. He had a good reason to be resentful, but he isn't. He puts up with it with the elite. But right now, he's got the poor people, he's got minorities, he's got Hispanics, he's going to put out the labor, he's going to hold that base of the Democratic Party, which he will need in November. And I'm telling you, people are going to end up rooting for him in October because he will have a comeback. And in this elite-fashioned attack on him, they're going to pay for it, but in the end, they're going to end up voting for him. So I think Biden will be the little guy, he'll be the Democrat in this race, the true Democrat. And he's going to get people to turn for him in October. It's going to be stunning. He is not quitting.
By the way, as I said at the outset of this video, data matters as well. Stock market's at an all-time high. The Dow hit a fresh all-time intraday high, topping 40,000. Think about that. I think this cartoon right here says it all. Manufacturing up, jobs up, wealth up, income up, Wall Street's up. Everything's up. Everything's doing it. And inflation's down. Unemployment's down. Energy independent for the first time. Our GDP is growing faster than China. Every single economic metric, our economy is crushing it right now. But for the corporate greed of making billions and billions and billions in profits by jacking up their prices, I mean, that's what's going on there. And MAGA Republicans stopping common sense antitrust regulation. I mean, that's one of the main issues that needs to be addressed, that President Biden is trying to be addressed. So no wonder on Friday you had a poll like this, the Marist poll with NPR. It's an A+ poll. This is the top poll that's out there with the biggest one of the biggest sample size. Has President Biden up 2, where the last poll before the debate was tied. Biden up 2. And just so you know, I'm not cherry picking. Polls are all over the place. It's why I don't like talking about them. But because the media wants to cherry pick theirs, just look at this. The NPR Marist, the GW YouGov, Split Ticket, Clarity, Emerson, Washington Post either have Biden winning or tied. And it's my view that these polls are grossly undercounting the pro-democracy community that's out there. People like the lady who gave a phone call and the voice message I just shared. By the way, let me show you this polling data right here, right? 47 to 44%, 47 to 46, 49 to 46, 46 to 45. Go take a look at all of this data from top polls. You know where this was from? Biden-Romney. You know when? October 2012. In October 2012, almost all of the pollsters said that Romney was going to beat Obama, Romney Obama, 2012. And Obama went out to win with a very big victory. All of them, this was October 2012. Don't worry about the polls, but if you want me to cherry pick ones for you, I'll show you good ones. Focus on the hard work. Focus on rolling up your sleeves. Focus on telling friends, neighbors, coworkers, colleagues about the MeidasTouch network. We just want to get out the facts and talk about the truth. I want normalcy. I don't want to wake up with Donald Trump's all caps posts and talking about being a dictator and separating families and harming Americans and bullying people. I don't want that. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for our country. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.